Hey everybody, Eric here with Project DIY. In today's video, we have this Haas 500 right here behind me. It's this boiler I'm putting in. I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna get this thing off the trailer, okay? You're like, well, that's easy, you just push it off there. Well, this thing weighs like 4,000 pounds, okay? There's no way you're gonna hardly budget to move it. We do this redneck style, no equipment. I'm gonna show you the tools I did use, how we place this thing down there. Let me show you close up a little bit how big this thing is. Pretty good sized unit, bigger than I really wanted to get or needed, but that's another story all in itself. But anyway, so she's sitting on there, we got it on. Here's all we used to get it off: some chains, 3-ton car jack, big pry bar that was used very little, but we still used it, and a come along, and I don't know if I said, and the 2 rollers right there. Okay, so that's all we used to get this thing off of here. Not a whole lot of muscle involved, just use a few simple tools, no power equipment, got this thing off, and I want to show you guys how we did it. Alright, first thing we did here is we jacked the front of this up so we could get those rollers I told you about. We got them underneath there. Now what I'm doing now is getting that hooked around the back 2 pieces to where we can come along that backwards off the back of that trailer. As you can see, it's moving. It allows it to roll fairly easily because we already have those rollers up underneath of it. Now we're just readjusting because it's wanting to pull it kind of the wrong direction, so we readjusted it so it would pull it back towards the concrete pad like we wanted. After we get this loose here, what we're going to do is go up and jack that front up. Here in just a second, we're going to jack this front up, and you're going to see it move really quickly. What it is, all that pressure is off the front, and then right there it just slid backwards on them rollers. Now we're going to hook up one more time, come along it back, there you go, and then we're just going to pull out to the very edge of it, chalk it so it doesn't just come crashing down. Like I said, that thing weighs about 4,000 pounds, and if it gets a little cattywampus, one side falls before the other side, it's going to come tipping over, and there's no way in the world you're going to stop it. So that's what those blocks underneath were for. And then it will come back the same thing, car jack, jack it up, get those off, then we'll come back, drop the jack down. We forgot, couldn't get the jack. That part there, the jack was underneath of it, so we had to jack that front plate again. Now it's down. We're going to come along off the truck here because it needs pulled forward. You can see it fell a little bit further back than I wanted, so we're going to come along it forward. Hey guys, I hope you liked this video. If you would, please subscribe to the channel, give us some likes, share the videos. I mean, with this particular project, I mean, something like this, sometimes you got to think, use your brain, and think of something that might work other than just, oh, we'll get a forklift out here and pick it up. Well, how many people has a forklift? Raise your hand. Well, not me. I don't either. My dad does have a tractor. It wasn't big enough to pick this whole entire thing up, so we just kind of used a little bit of ingenuity to make it work. And to be honest, we did the exact same way when we loaded this. We drove 4 hours one way to go get this, and we took some of those wood cans you saw with us. We did not take actually take it back. We did take rollers, but it wasn't those rollers, and the ones we had weren't heavy duty enough, and we was afraid it was gonna mash it. So we used them a little bit, but once the weight started coming up, as we come along it, we ended up taking them out and just kind of muscling it up. So it was a little harder to load than it was to unload. Dummy me, I have a YouTube channel. Didn't even take my GoPro with me when we went up there. I was trying to make sure we had all the tools because we was so far away from the house. But it didn't go bad. We just jacked the front up, as you see that right underneath the door, that front steel piece there. We did the same thing, jacked it up, got it started, but kept piling them up in the front. Once we got the front about 2 or 3 high, we went to the back, jacked it up, put it 2 or 3 high, and then come back to the front side, jacked it up, back side until we got it high enough to where we get the back end of the trailer backed underneath of it. And then once we did that, we slowly let the weight off. We hooked the chain to the front rail of the trailer, then come along it up. Like I said, that was a little more difficult, but it did come on up there. Then we strapped it down, and away we went. So I mean, that's the way we loaded it. And then obviously in the video, you can see the way we unloaded it. So guys, I hope this has been helpful for you. Remember, as always, why hire a guy when you can DIY? Thanks for watching.